So we dumped the brow to the Lakers, ending up getting back a big return with Brandon Ingram, who I do still think could be a star in this league. But the pick is in.
Well, that's
right.
Pretty quick team assessment. Brandon Ingram.
We traded a superstar who was able to stretch the court for us, and now we are going to draft another superstar. This one will be dunking on everyone. The New Orleans Pelicans select Zion Williamson, number 1 overall.
Zamir, does he struggle to say New Orleans?
Little bit of struggle there.
Nah,
It's okay.
Oh, my God.
He's got 100 pronunciations.
I'm not going to sit here and fake like I know a whole hell of a lot about the Grizzlies. They were 33-49. They pulled off the trade. Was it just yesterday? I've been away the last 2 days.
Yeah, Mike Conley.
When they traded Mike Conley, they're clearly opening space for who I think is maybe the most dynamic player in the draft, and that's Ja Morant, who kind of blew up nationally right around conference tournament time and the NCAA tournament time. 6'3", 175. With the second pick in the draft, I think he averaged 24.5, 10 assists. Attacks the basket, shoots three, really does it all. He's a little slight cakes. He's only 175 pounds. But the Memphis Grizzlies select who I want, Ja Morant.
Yeah, our phones have been ringing. Atlanta, Boston, San Antonio, all teams who have multiple first-round picks have been trying to get the pick away from us. But with two awesome selections on the board here, very tempted to go Darius Garland, but 6'7" trumps 6'2", and there was a reason why he was the number one player in high school basketball going into last year's recruiting season. So without question, the New York Knicks with the number 3 choice select 6'7", 210-pound guard R.J. Barrett from Duke University.
This is where I believe the industry is making a mistake. This is Danny the GM down there.
Wild card, here it comes.
This is something that I think is a no-brainer, but people have talked themselves out of it for some reason. In this modern era of positionless basketball, I don't care if a guy's not a true point guard. I don't care if a guy's not a true center or a true power forward. I need gifted players to play alongside my future staple in Zion Williamson. Therefore, the pick is in.
The NFL sound just kills me.
Is this the
Please
first
welcome-
reach? This could be reach.
Please welcome to New Orleans, the number one scorer in North Carolina State history. Please welcome a freshman from the ACC that casually put up 20 points a game, is a streaky three-point shooter, is 19 years old, whose playmaking ability will only get better with time. In this era of positionless basketball, the New Orleans Pelicans select Coby White, North Carolina.
I like it. I like that bold pick.
I do hold the number 5 pick, and we have had plenty of time to consider our options
Who are you
Yes,
picking
you
on
have.
behalf?
over the last few minutes. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
And tell us about the Cavs.
Who's even left there?
Not many people, actually. We've got Kevin Love at the 4. We've got Tristan Thompson and whatever Kardashian he's breaking up with this week in the post. And we did take a point guard last year, which kind of
Sexton.
muddies the waters a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go point guard now. Do I give up on a guy who came on strong at the end of last year in Colin Sexton? I'm not going to do that. The pick is in.
Ah, there it is.
I will try to get my point guard one other weapon to knock down some shots. I will take Jarrett Culver out of Texas Tech. I think worst case scenario, he ends up being probably a really good defensive player who comes off the bench and helps me out a lot for a long time. I think more likely he's a starter. He's a jack of all trades. He's a second or third option on offense. He can get to the rim, and he's going to be terrific defensively. Impact guy on both ends of the floor.
Nice.
Seems like a good pick. Where did he play?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Well, you act like you watch Texas Tech.
I do not watch Texas Tech. But in fairness, they did get to the national championship game last year, so a few people watched them.
Oh, man, the Great Did Show. They are Rick with the chunk.
I'm not Rick.
Why's the Rick?
I'm not Rick at all, but you act like it's UTEP.
Your partner a little bit.
They played in the title game.
Your partner wouldn't even play EB's game.
You wouldn't play. Will you play the game?
By the way, welcome to my life. Just trying to do a segment, just trying to move that needle for a couple of minutes.
All right, here's the deal with the Suns. The last 4 seasons, they have averaged a whopping, we think we have it bad here in Washington, they've averaged a whopping 22 wins per season with a high of 24 3 seasons ago. And they are loaded with top picks in the draft. Drafted DeAndre Ayton, number 1 pick in the draft 2 years ago. With the 4th pick in the draft, took Josh Jackson. They added Kelly Oubre to the mix, Cakes. They have Devin Booker, who's a true star. We'll see what DeAndre Ayton is. They are a very young team. A lot of those guys I mentioned, they drafted Bridges out of Villanova last year.
Yep.
21, 22. Devin Booker, still just 22, 23 years old. They don't have to bring in a freshman. That's why the guy that I like, the pick is in, is a seasoned college player.
Well, he's been 2 years
Plays
in
for
college.
his national team.
Okay.
Started out as a freshman, averaging just 2 points a game. Bumped it up to 11 as a sophomore. Averaged 19.7 points per game this year. Was the conference player of the year for Gonzaga. I like Rui Hachimura.
So the Bulls finished 13th in the Eastern Conference last year. We're rebuilding. We have one future potential star in the making in Lauri Markkanen. I think Zach LaVine's on the trade block, so we're fielding offers from
You
other.
think he's on the trade
Yeah.
block? Or he is on the
He's
trade
on the
block?
trade block.
Okay, I'm not busting your balls if you don't know the answer. Who's their coach? Because they got rid of Hoiberg, right?
Yes, I know they did that.
Did they stick with that
Hold on.
interim guy?
I have no idea.
I think is his last name like Boylan?
Yeah.
I
I think it's
stuck with
Boylan.
him. He's
He looks hurting. He's so
but-
interim.
But we all know that I am a GM of the future, where I drafted 2 quarterbacks when I was the GM of the
You're
Browns.
cutting edge.
Cutting edge.
Yes.
I drafted Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield.
You're very avant-garde.
I'm employing James Holzhauer as the bench coach of the Nationals,
I kind of like it.
right?
Uh-huh.
And I fell in love with this player when I scouted him.
Okay.
I am Gaga for Goga.
You're just doing a bit. You're just doing a bit.
I'm not about
You're
Goga.
doing a
Goga
bit.
Bitadze,
All right, so
18-year-old.
So the pick's in?
The pick
The
is
big
in.
guy, it's good like 3 feet and in.
He's being compared to Jokic, and all I heard about was JP slobber over Jokic this year. And
Well,
if I can get a big man who
Sure, it was just me.
shot 30, who's 7 foot, shot 30% from three-point land in EuroLeague, I'm going to take him.
I have the 8th pick, also the 10th and 17th. Unfortunately, we won't get that far.
Right.
Hawks have Trae Young, obviously, superstar John Collins, Kevin Herter.
All right.
A lot of pick and roll from what I know about them. A lot of double teams
About
on Trae
us.
Young. They need defense, 28th in defense efficiency last year. And since Trae Young's going to get a lot of attention, be some wide open shots for other guys. So I'm going to take a 3-and-D small forward, my boy from Virginia, DeAndre Hunter.
Did you do the draft?
Pick is in.
The draft finder to find him?
No, this is you draft Cahill is what that was. Deep research. I don't need a website.
Who were
So
you-
much
who-
research.
Who were the other guys you were considering?
Cam Reddish, I guess.
I do like the way that the board is working for the
We should be
Wiz
playing Bullets
and-
Fever now.
Yeah, we should be playing that. Let me
In that
find
case,
that.
we
Hold
need a little
on.
Bullets
Yes.
Fever
Smooth
here.
operation.
I can't
here.
find
big.
that. The Wizards are super thin. I mean, John Wall is taking up $38 million of our cap next season, and he won't even play. Bradley Beal, there's a lot of discussion about trading him. For the time being, he's still a Wizard. Not
Building block.
trading him. But after that, it's very thin. It's very threadbare for the Wizards.
Yes.
Jan Mahimi's under contract, Dwight Howard's under contract, and Troy Brown Jr. are the only other Wizards remaining
We got a
under
little playing
contract.
time at the end, but we didn't see much out of Troy Brown Jr.
So what I'm going to do for the Wizards, I'm going to take a piece that has tremendous upside. He might not contribute immediately because he's very young. He's 18 years old, and this pick is going to enrage one Eric Bickle. But
Oh,
the
no.
pick is in.
It's going to enrage me? Why? Can't
The
shoot.
Wizards with the number 9 selection in the 2019 mock NBA draft select, Sekou Doumbouya.
Oh,
The project, who has been playing professionally. This will titillate JP.
it does.
Been playing professionally since 15. He just needs some seasoning here in the United States. He's very young, but he's 6'9", he's 210, very good defender. He needs to work on his shot a little bit. I know that's one of the attributes you look for.
He needs
Can't
to gain
shoot.
some strength if he's 6'9", 210.
The Wiz are officially rolling the dice. Sekou Doumbouya.